Today's real estate market is an extremely competitive one. We have a shortage of houses and lots of buyers out there looking for a place to live. And so what has arisen is some very different types of market conditions and strategies. In today's video, we're going to talk about the strategy known as holding offers, what it means for you, the seller, and what it means for you, the buyer. Hi, my name is Evelyn Lopes with the Evelyn Lopes Realty team. And for the last 30 some years, I've been helping families navigate through the changes in their life. I provide information, interpretation of that information, and guidance so that they can make best and informed decisions for themselves and their families so that they can live the life of their dreams in the home of their dreams. So today's real estate market, it is definitely one that is super fast moving and very, very competitive. Now you may have heard the term holding and you're wondering exactly what does that mean? It is essentially a marketing strategy. And what holding does is the seller tries to get as much activity on their property as possible. But what they try to do next is to basically have all the buyers come in at one time to present their offers. So in other words, they are holding offers until a certain date or time. So what normally happens is they pre-market the property as a coming soon property. Then the property is priced very competitively, and they have a short window in which buyers can come to view the home. It usually lasts 4 or 5 days. After that period of time, on a specific set day and time, all offers must be submitted. And then right after that submission time, they will have a presentation time. So as a buyer, you may be asking, well, how do I know that there's other offers on the table? Here in the province of Ontario, we have a form known as an 801, which is basically an offer registration form. And so when a buyer submits an offer, they also fill out this form saying that they do have a signed bona fide offer and that that offer is valid until a certain date and time. Those forms are kept so that we actually know that there is 1, 2, 3, 5, however many offers there may be. Now, for a holding scenario, perhaps the property is put on just before the weekend. The weekend buyers go through, and then after the weekend at a certain date, all offers must be registered. So they're registered, and then at a certain time, shortly thereafter, the seller reviews all of those offers, and then they would select the best offer, and the best offer is based on price, terms, conditions, closing date, a number of different factors that are satisfactory to the seller, and then the seller would choose one if there is one that is satisfactory to them. Now, there is a holding where there is no preemptive offer. So nobody can submit an offer before that date and time for the seller to review. There is also a situation in which a seller may be holding offers. However, they have reserved the right to review preemptive offers. And so what this means is that if a buyer comes in, they like the house and maybe offer date is Tuesday and they come in on a Sunday, they like it, they are able to submit their offer preemptively, and the seller can choose to look at it, accept it, or reject it. And there's different variations of enabling a preemptive offer. So it may be a preemptive offer at any time, a preemptive offer that is only a firm offer, a preemptive offer that has a certain irrevocability time. So what that means is if you went in a certain date and you submitted that offer, the seller may say that they want 24 hours or 48 hours to review that offer, and it has to be good for that period of time before they get back to you. Now, why would a seller ask for a 24 or 48 irrevocability period? Basically, it's to prevent the very first buyer from coming in, loving the house, putting in an offer, and then the seller's like, oh my gosh, I have to pick something, but I haven't had anybody else through my house. So it gives the buyer the option of getting the property accepted, but it also gives the seller the option of giving them a little bit of time to let maybe a few more buyers through to see if anybody else is interested in the property. So holding offers is definitely a marketing strategy. And as a seller, it may or may not work for you. It's really important to speak to your realtor to determine whether in your particular area, price range, and type of property, whether a holding scenario would be in your best interest or not. Now, as a buyer, how does holding affect you? Well, as we said, holding creates additional activity on the property and it creates a more multiple offer scenario. So as a buyer, you need to be prepared. How do you get prepared? Well, you first of all ensure that your financing is in place, that you have been pre-approved, that you have your deposit funds readily accessible, and that you provide an offer that is to your best ability, clean, and the best price that you feel comfortable submitting. How do you know what the best price is? Again, you need to speak to your competent realtor. They can provide you some comparables, give you an overview of the marketplace in that particular area, and help guide you to submit the best offer possible. Now, one other thing to note is as a buyer, sometimes when you're looking at properties in this competitive marketplace, you may see a home that's listed at $699, for example, but the actual market value of that home might be $900. So again, you want to speak to your realtor, especially if they're holding, to see what the actual market value of the property is, because often in a holding scenario, the sellers underprice the home just to create that additional excitement about the property and get more buyers in to look at it. So it is definitely a changed marketplace. You know, there's a lot of variables that are in play. So once again, speak to your realtor if you have any questions. And if you do have any questions, feel free to give me a call. I'm definitely here to help answer your questions, provide that information, interpret that information, and guide you through the process. My name is Evelyn Lopes with the Evelyn Lopes Realty team. And if you found this video informative, please like and subscribe below so that we can make sure that we get more great content out to you. And thank you for the privilege of your time. We look forward to seeing you at our next video.